All right, let's start the next episode.
Hey, I'm gonna hop in really quick and come right back
Rebel
out.
Alliance Briefing Room Podcast.
Go ahead.
We are here to podcast about anything and everything Star Wars with you. Please visit our website where you can play current and past episodes. That's https://RABR KyleJohansson.us. That's KyleJohansson.us. On the left-hand side is a navigation menu. You can use this to learn how to load the Rebel Alliance Briefing Room podcast on your Android or Apple phone and tablet. And we have direct links to our podcast on Apple and Google Podcasts. Please participate by connecting to our social media, answering questions of the week, or submitting feedback directly from the site. Again, all of these are available at the Rebel Alliance Briefing Room website at RABR.KILEJOHANSEN.US. And now, it's time to talk Star Wars. I am Kyle John Johansson, and this is Andrew Scott Sutton. Say hello.
Again, no Andrew today. We got Rick, but he's disappeared for a moment. He had to go do something. There he is. Oh, he's back, sort of. He got back just in time, huh?
Yeah. Got cold. I had to get a blankie.
Oh no! Are you outside or something? Are you outside or something?
Yeah, I'm sitting outside. It was nice, but now it's not so nice out in the sun.
Okay. Sun's starting to go down early. Yeah, this is about the time that I like to go outside on a work day because the house is shadowing the table that I'm at, so I can see better on screens and stuff. Anyway, so today we're reviewing Star Wars: The Bad Batch Season 3, Episode 2, Paths Unknown. Paths Unknown. First, we're not gonna have any news today. We're gonna do a Funko unboxing though, and then we're gonna go through the episode, tell some about the cast a little bit, and go through the episode, and then have some discussion afterwards. So let's do the unboxing first. I don't have any fancy music or anything yet, but we'll try this one here. Now we have a special treat. It's unboxings. Oh, that sounds okay, I guess. I got to share my screen now. So I want this, and I want audio. Okay. Now we can see that screen, Rick.
I see a traffic cone.
Is it playing? It's not playing. It's black screen on mine.
It's the black screen of death. Oh, I love this one. This was my favorite.
No, don't tell me the video's messed up.
You got a new Darth Vader.
Okay, stop sharing. Because that video is...
Hey, look, we got a new Kyle. Wow.
But, I think that one is messed up. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to... Actually, no, let's just skip it and I'll redo it later. So we'll do number 3 instead. We'll go out of order and do number 3. And share this. No, wait, I wasn't ready. This stupid player wants to autoplay. I'm not ready. Share sound. Okay. You see it now? Look at that. It's like looks like the same thing from before. It's not. All right. Let me fast forward it all the way back to the beginning. Go. All right, here we go again with another one. What could this one be? Wow, these are all in the same looking box. What's going on? What's going on? Sides. Cut the sides. My trusty letter opener that causes me to bleed sometimes.
You're gonna stab yourself.
Yeah, don't. Good stabbing myself.
Star Wars.
Oh, this one's different.
Look, Star Wars.
So,
197. Remember the number,
97,
the older,
what?
the smaller the number, the older
Bat.
the
That's got to be
printing
ancient.
of
197.
the bobblehead. The back. Who could that be? I mean, I think I
Oh,
got
wait,
an
can't
idea.
wait.
Look there.
Who is it?
Oh, it says right there. Can you read that?
Ooh.
I can read it, but I don't know if anybody else
From the
can.
Kylo Ren collection. It looks like
Halloween collection. That's
BB9E,
funny.
which is the
Oh, man.
the dark droid BB8. All right. Anyway, look, it's Rose. Yeah,
Rose.
97. Hold over. She's wearing her uniform. Couldn't see it on there. She's wearing her little mechanic's uniform. Still.
That's right. She was a mechanic, if you don't
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah.
It,
She's such a delicate flower.
97. Yeah, Rose. Okay, there she is. And her black hair and black eyes. All right. That's an unboxing.
That's it.
Oh.
Let's push the button again.
Now we have a special treat. It's unboxings.
Oh, it doesn't work at the end. All right. 1 second for me to get the audio only sharing. There it is. All right. So that was our second unboxing. It's actually the third recording, but I need to fix the other one. And today we're talking about the Bad Batch Season 3, Episode 2. And we have a new set of directors for the episode called Paths Unknown. It was directed by Nate Villanueva. Yeah, Villanueva. Written by Matt Michnovetz. And it was also he was also the story editor, which you mentioned in the last episode. Dave Filoni, he hasn't written an episode yet so far. The music score is Kevin Kiner, Sean Kiner, and Deana Kiner. Like I said, they're showing the whole family now, so they make sure that they get some work after this. And we have several Bad Batch characters. We have Hunter and a couple more, and they're all done by D. Bradley Baker.
That guy's talented.
No Omega this time.
Omega.
So Julian Dennison does Deke, which is one of the young clones that we see in this episode, and Stak. Liam O'Brien is Devorian's captain, and he also plays one of the Pyke that we see. And Angela Huston, yes, that Angela Huston, the one who was the Munsters. She played
Yeah.
She is the voice of Issa Durand, the lady that's up on the throne.
Yeah, I catch that part. I missed that one.
Daniel Logan is the who played Boba Fett in the prequels, the young Boba Fett. Daniel Logan plays the voice of Mox, which is another one of those other kid troopers. He's the one that might be in charge. We don't know. And Tom Taylorson is Roland Durand, which is the subordinate brother that's doing everything that Issa wants to, he's like the court jester guy. I don't know.
He's the one that he's not quite as no, I won't say that. He only has one horn.
Yeah, he's got one horn cut off. We'll find out about why later.
Yeah, he's not as horny as the other one. Sorry, couldn't resist.
Yes, I like it. Okay, all right. So those are our cast and crew. I think I got all of them there, but we're running kind of on the fly here. So if I missed any of them, let me know. The website will be current though; it'll have all the correct ones on it. And we're gonna do another commercial, and I'm gonna do one we haven't done in a while.
We are proud to welcome our latest sponsor, Juan's Cantina, where every first week of the month on the standard galactic calendar we celebrate what the ancients call Cinco de Mayo. Come join us at Juan's for the food, mariachi music, and 34 flavors of margaritas. That's Juan's Cantina right next to the Hangar 94 of Mos Eisley Spaceport. On day 2 of the week is Taco Tuesday. All tacos are half a credit each and enjoyed with our house margaritas. Juan's Cantina also serves the galactically famous Dos Camarones Azul Cerveza, imported directly from Kessel. Thank you again for our latest sponsor, Juan's Cantina.
You want to, they have over 25 flavors of margarita there. 25. Can you imagine that? That's a lot. It's a lot. But, I imagine it as being a fairly good sized bar, not a small little hole in the wall place like some of these Mexican restaurants we know nowadays. All right, so let's get into this Bad Batch Season 3, Episode 2, Paths Unknown, originally aired Wednesday, February 21st. Running time was, I'm not sure. And we're going still between 18 and 19 before the Battle of Yavin, which as always is when the Death Star blew up.
I think it was like 32 or 33 minutes. It was a little longer.
Yeah, it was a little bit longer. And it was pretty good episode too.
Yeah.
Time to grab your favorite beverage and pull up your chair to join us in the Rebel Alliance briefing room because we're gonna spoil everything you got.
Woo-wee.
Yeah. Spoiler alert. That's what that's going to say. So we got your attention. So if you, haven't watched episode 1 or 2, I would recommend it before you even start continuing listening to this. If you're adventurous, then go for it. We'll let you do that. So we start out on the planet Devorian is what it's called. And Roland Devorian and his mother, Lady Issa Durand, try a Devorian captain at their fortress. So he's done something wrong, and he's on trial. He's trying to prove his innocence. The captain protests his innocence, but Lady Durand convicts the captain of conspiracy against her family. The captain defiantly tells her that the syndicate has grown weak under her command. And she asks the other captains if they agree. And we see them up in these little cubby holes all around the place, little box seats, maybe you'd say. And they, of course, remain silent because they don't want to be, killed by Lady Durand themselves. So Lady Durand triggers a trapdoor, which the captain falls into a red light glowing before the still can't talk. A red light glows before the trapdoor shuts, and it looks like a bottomless pit, right? You can't see the bottom really. And I wanted to restate. So the Durand family and the Durand syndicate have been throughout Star Wars as a big crime family. They do sell a lot of the the drugs. They call them the spice, but they do deal a lot in black market stuff that you can't normally get, and they're very powerful. So just with that, we kind of see that reinforced here at the beginning. What?
They know people.
They know people. Yes, they know the
people disappear.
They know the wrong people, and they disappear into a deep dark hole, right? So the trapdoor shuts, and then we see a few more people getting ready to come in, and we recognize them as Hunter and Wrecker, who bring in a captive Pyke. Lady Durand says they were brave to enter her court, and credits them for convincing her son Roland to let her grant them into the room as an audience. Hunter returns Roland's severed horn. Here you go. I found it for you. This
There
is
he
the only
is.
reason. That's probably why they got in there, is because they promised to get the horn
Yeah.
back. And Hunter explains he has captured the Pyke who has disgraced the Durand family. I guess there's maybe a bounty on him, and that's the other reason they got in, is because they have this Pyke guy. Wrecker says the prisoner is all theirs, while Hunter reassures the Durands that the capture won't be traced back to them. Lady Durand orders her guards to drag the prisoner to the dungeons. As he is led away, he vows that his quarrel isn't over. So the Pyke guy is he's not happy. He's probably gonna get thrown down in the deep hole later.
Deep hole, yeah.
He's just going to be in a cell for a while and then get thrown in the hole.
He's gonna be tortured, and maybe, who knows?
Yeah.
I bet where that horn goes.
I wonder if he just has to put it up there and it'll like heal or something. I don't know.
Oh, he kept it.
He kept it, yeah. Lady Durand remarks that the Bad Batch must have been desperate to cross the Pyke Syndicate in order to get intelligence they seek, and inquires into their matter. Hunter explains that Dr. Royce Hemlock stole someone who is valuable to them, and they heard the Durand Syndicate has connections. They know people. And they need to find the Imperial's base. He demands that she uphold her side of the bargain, and Lady Durand activates the bridge, and her son Roland speaks to the clones. He explains that Hemlock's location is closely guarded. Shh, don't tell anybody we know this. It's guarded by the Galactic Empire, but they have a source. They do know somebody, and have found the coordinates to his lab. After Roland handed the coordinates in a chip, Lady Durand warns the clones to leave before her generosity runs out. Her fingers on the button. I'm going to push the button. Roland wishes them well and finding their friends. I hope you find him. We're kind of buds now since you got my horn back.
Wow, we're buddies.
And we see the clones depart Devorian on the Marauder. While traveling through hyperspace, Wrecker tells Hunter that Echo and Rex will take 2 rotations to meet them at their coordinates. So they're all going to meet at Tanis, is my guess. So Rex too, which is interesting, but I guess that's Echo and Rex are working together all the time now, so it might as well be both of them.
Open clones out.
Hunter is in a hurry, but Wrecker cautions him the last time they stormed an Imperial base without backup, what happened? Not all of them escaped, which is a reference to Tech. Yeah, where's he at? Hunter is unwilling to abandon Omega for another day, so that's why he's in such a hurry. Following the coordinates supplied by the Durands, the clones travel to a jungle world known as Cetron. I think that's the first time I've heard the name of that planet. I always thought it was Tanis. Okay, I'm going to read something here. Cetron was an jungle planet dominated by large trees, shrouded in mist, terrain uneven, appeared green from real space, but they had a rancid smell. There's something in the planet that produced some sort of stinky moss.
Too much fiber.
And we see that in the episode. They talk about that in the episode too. Following the coordinates to the Durands, the clones travel to the jungle Cetron. After landing their ship, Wrecker remarks that the surroundings smell like a rancid jotas, which I've never heard that either, but let's see. Okay, that's a big, scary monster. Jotas were species of large, aggressive, but slow predators found on the planet Zepho. Huh. They had thick hides and strong forearms. brute strength or overwhelm most of their enemies. But they had vulnerabilities such as the abdomen region and the skin, where the skin was the thinnest. Anyway, so we learned about
I
that.
didn't brush its teeth. That's why it stunk so bad. Kind of like Billy Bassett. Mama said crocodile so mean because he never gets to brush his teeth.
Sure. Hunter finds that their scanners are not working and believes the Empire is jamming them. Continuing their search, they discover the ruins of Hemlock's laboratory, which was destroyed by orbital bombardment. So apparently it's a lost laboratory. The one before, maybe. When Wrecker asks if Omega was here, Hunter suggests... I missed something here, didn't I? No.
Nope.
Wrecker asks if Omega was here. Hunter suggests the Durand's intelligence could be wrong and suggests they investigate the site anyway. While exploring the surrounding jungle, Hunter senses that they are not alone. Uh-oh. Dun, dun, dun. We're not alone.
I think I'm alone now.
They find themselves surrounded by two young cadets named Deke and Stak, who are armed with improvised weapons. When the cadets ask them to identify themselves, Hunter and Wrecker remove their helmets and explain they are fellow clones. We're brothers.
Just like you.
Except we're older and bigger. One cadet remarks that they look like clones, but they don't recognize them. They must be defective clones. When Hunter asks what they are doing out here, one of the cadets explains that they are survivors. When one asks if the Empire sent them to finish them off, Wrecker reassures them that they are not with the Empire. We are not. We have nothing to do with the Empire. We don't like them. Hunter explains that they are looking for a female clone, and Hunter thinks that she may have been sent to the lab here. One of the cadets thinks that Mox will help, but his comrade disagrees. Hunter pleads with the cadets for help. Please help me.
Please.
I need to find Omega now right away. The cadets allow the Bad Batch to follow them, but warn them not to touch the slither vines. Do not touch. The first cadet explains that the Empire transfers them off a Camino under the pretext of training them, but instead transferred them to the jungle world where they were made prisoner and had samples of their blood extracted. Hunter asks, what was the Empire doing here? What? Oh my gosh, what are they doing? The first cadet explains that the Empire destroyed the laboratory and the cadets were among the survivors. He adds that they have been surviving in the jungle for quite a while, seems like. Hunter and Wrecker are attacked by slither vines, probably because Wrecker bumped into one, I guess. Which grabs them and start to pull on them, and Hunter manages to free Wrecker with a knife, and the four flee. When Wrecker asks about the vines, the first cadet explains that the slither vine was a genetic engineered weapon created by the Empire, which went out of control. Uh-oh. So they had a habit of throwing that stuff out in the jungle here, too.
Yeah.
The second cadet thinks that the vines were why the Empire destroyed the facility, and they bombarded it. Cadets lead their way to a crag, which the slither vines have not spread to yet. An area crag. The cadets introduce Hunter and Wrecker to Mox. And it looks like that's probably when they go in the cave there, right? Or was it before the cave? I don't know.
No, that was it.
Mox is suspicious of the clones, of course. And Hunter explains they're looking for a female clone named Omega. Who has been taken by Dr. Hemlock. Mox says he has not seen a female clone, because those are rare, right? But recognized Hemlock as one of the one running the base. He explains the Empire abandoned the facility in one day. Just one day, that was it. Didn't take him 2 days. One day,
That's fun. Fun.
he and his
Took all
fellow
what they
his
needed.
fellow cadets took the opportunity to escape, and the three of them were the only ones that survived the orbital bombardment. That's not very nice. You killed everybody. That's not nice at all. Mox adds that even the clone troopers had abandoned them. One of the cadets adds that they are following orders. What is it? Good soldiers follow orders? Yeah.
Soldiers follow orders. Yeah.
Wrecker says they have also lost people. Hunter offers to take the cadets somewhere safe, but wants to find out where Hemlock took Omega first, and believes that there must be some intelligence within the base. He wants to go to the base. That's not good. Stax explains that the base one of the control panels he thinks is still intact during their last scouting trip, and he tried to use to send a signal, but there was no power. Somebody turned the power off.
Well, it was bombed.
Oh yeah, well,
Minor detail.
Somebody destroyed the power junctions, huh?
Solar panels didn't work.
That's right. There are no more solar panels on top because they bombed the heck out of them. When Hunter asks the cadets if they can take them there, Mox warns the former base is toxic and tells Hunter and Wrecker that they are on their own. Uh-oh. We're not going with you. You're on your own.
You're on your
Deke
own.
says the clones need to help and volunteer and go with them, and Mox warns of the dangers. Mox still doesn't trust.
Danger.
After the clones left, Stak remarks that they thought Deke was the smart one. Deke's the one that goes and volunteers to go. The rest of them stay. The two stay. Into the base. So Deke tells Hunter and Wrecker that he can get them inside the ruins, but warns that they will need a power source for the console. And Wrecker says, hey, I've got that covered. We need to go back to the ship first. So Deke asks about Omega. Who is this Omega? Hunter says she has been gone for too long, but vows not to give up on her. Deke wishes the other clones cared for them and says that they may be defective, but they sure are loyal to each other. At the Marauder, Deke notices the ship has seen some action. It's due to the dents and scorch marks and all that stuff. Stak remarks that he hoped to fly a starship on a mission at some point. As that's part of his training. And Wrecker retrieves the gonk droid, Gonky, while Deke dons a breath mask. Which since is foretelling all the danger. A breath mask, probably so he doesn't have to smell the stink anymore, right? The clones travel into the former Imperial base, which is covered with slither vines. As they travel deeper into the base, Deke explains that he and his comrades had to stop scavenging due to the spread of the vines. When Hunter asks about the nature of the Imperial experiments, Deke is unsure about their nature, but he says it was nothing good. Nothing good at all. Venturing deeper, Deke is grabbed by a vine, and Hunter and Wrecker manage to free him again. They soon encounter vines that have evolved into three-legged creatures. What? Hunter kills one of them, but the others scurry into the darkness, running away. Back at the cave, Stak proposes stealing the Bad Batch's ship, but Mox disagrees, saying it will make them not any better than the clone troopers who abandoned them in the first place. Mox says that he respects Hunter and Wrecker for risking their lives to save members of their squad. Stak thinks the three clones could survive. They won't survive the slither vines, and he fears that they will wait for them to return, and they'll never return. Mox asks Stak where is the ship, and Stak replies it is up on the North Ridge, and Mox says, show me where it's at. And meanwhile, Hunter and Wrecker and Deke locate the console in a putrid swamp. Ugh, stinky. Stinky swamp. Hunter and Wrecker shoot at creatures and slithers and whatever. Elsewhere, Stak and Mox manage to unlock the Marauders' doors by jump starting it, which is I thought was funny. Just spark a couple wires together and the door opens.
Yeah, just take a panel off, hit a couple wires, you're in.
I thought that was fun. That's pretty poor security protocol on that ship there.
Yeah,
if it's that easy. But then again, that's probably why it's so easy. All throughout Star Wars to steal ships and stuff. They just jump in and go, right?
It's a manufacturer's secret.
Yeah. Okay. Meanwhile, Hunter, Wrecker, and Deke locate the console. After lifting the wreckage, they attach Gonky to the console. They hear strange sounds, and Hunter senses a creature is approaching them from the swamp. Bum, bum, bum. While Deke operates the console, several tendrils emerge from the swamp. Hunter and Wrecker shoot at the creatures. Elsewhere, Stak and Mox have unlocked the door. Inside, Mox asks Stak if he can fly the ship. Stak replies, he was top of his class. I know how to fly everything. Which seems to be a repeating theme in Star Wars too. Everybody knows how to fly everything.
Yeah, they were trained.
They all went to fighter training on how to fly every ship around class. When Mox asks where they will go, Stak says anywhere but Cetron. And Stak spots that a DC-17, which Mox notices when Mox notices the Toka doll behind the little area that Omega would sleep in. The two cadets then receive a distress call from Deke. He says, hey, we're in trouble. We're being attacked by these slither things that we already knew we were going to be attacked by. The Bad Batch managed to download the data from the console, which I wasn't clear that they were able to download it all, but the clones then escape with Gonky as the mutated vines converge on them all over the place and throw them around, and they shoot and cut and kill them. While climbing structures, Deke falls, but Hunter pulls him up miraculously. And he's like, dude, you really do care about people. That's pretty righteous, man.
You love me.
They reach the surface, but find themselves surrounded by more slither vines. Stak and Mox arrive with the Marauder, and Mox extends the grappling cables, which the three clones and Gonky use to ascend to the ship. The slither vines extend around the ship and start to, shake it and pull it towards the ground, and a maw emerges. Something with a big mouth and teeth. That's what we call a maw, I guess. I don't know.
It looked like the foreland.
Yeah. It was kind of similar to the I don't know, the space maw that we saw in the Solo movie, but not really. That was a little different, but
yeah, well, kind of similar.
Yeah, it was kind of lots of teeth. That's all I remember. Lots of teeth.
This was the swamp variety, not the space variety.
Yeah. The slither vines revealing itself. It is interesting. Okay, so it says the clones start to ascend, the slither vines extend, and a maw emerges from the ground, revealing itself to be a mutated variant that resembles a sarlacc. Yeah, look at you. Sarlacc. It's a sarlacc pit mutated. Of course, it's all black and dark because it's been mutated by the Empire, the dark side. The clones fire at the maw, and Wrecker even throws a thermal detonator at it, which doesn't really do much damage at all.
It just pisses it off even more.
That's right. It starts to come up even higher out of the ground. And at Wrecker's urging, he tells the cadets to bring the cache of explosives, which they throw into the maw of the beast, which I thought that was actually kind of overkill, but they took care of it. Wrecker's probably going to be upset that they got rid of all of his cache of weapons, but
His boom boom's whip.
this causes the giant slither vine to implode, allowing the marauder to break free. The Bad Batch escape with Gonky aboard, and the ship is flown into hyperspace. Later, Hunter pores over the data while Wrecker exchanges jokes with the cadets while Gonky watches going gong, gong, gong. Based on the data extracted, Hunter learns that Hemlock has transferred his base and his experiments to a new location. A new location.
Interesting.
He learns that the base is in a certain sector. Doesn't say what the sector is, but a certain sector. Wrecker vows to find Omega, and Hunter tells the cadets that they will first drop them off at a peaceful island on Pabu, which we've seen in the last season, is that remote island that nobody knows about.
They're gonna have a beach vacation.
Which seems like a lot of people seem to know about now.
Mai Tais and sunsets.
That's right. And a couple, every once in a while, there's an earthquake that washes the water up over the
minor detail
island. When Mox questions their purpose without being in an army, Hunter says that they will find time and figure their lives out. He tells them to make their own paths and be something other than soldiers. Hunter says that he and Wrecker's mission is not over yet, and he shakes his hands with Mox. And the camera focuses on Omega's Tuca doll back in the back of the Marauder. And then we get credits. And that's the end of our episode. So we're looking for some feedback, right? We want to know your thoughts and predictions and anything you can come up with. Read us, tell us we suck because nobody can read over there. So you can send that to feedback@kylesjohansson.us. We also have a link on the left-hand side of the website that takes you to a form to fill out on the Rebel Alliance Briefing Room website. We're on Twitter @super_duper_pod. We're on Blue Sky @Rebel Alliance Briefing Room, all one word. And we'll be posting a video of this podcast to YouTube where you can put comments there as well. So what did you think about this episode? It was a little different.
It was good to see the boys again.
Yeah, it was.
I was kind of surprised that there was not a reuniting of Omega and the fellas, but I guess it's still early.
Yeah, I thought it was going to happen right away too.
We know by episode 3 what happens, but I kind of expected it to happen this episode. So
me too. I guess they're drawing it out a little bit to they don't have to write as much. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know if I forgot their names now, but the horny characters at the beginning, if we're gonna see them again down
the Durand, we might.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, we might. I would say that they're somewhat allies now of the Bad Batch, maybe. At least the one guy with the horn that got cut.
Yeah. Agreed.
We've actually seen him in previous episodes. He was the guy that took over what's her name's bar for a while.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. We had seen him last
He was the same guy, and they cut off his horn at the time.
Yeah. The Pykes. Pyke crew did.
Yeah, the Pyke crew did, and that's where you apparently got the horn from, is from the Pyke crew. But yeah, so we've seen him before, and I think they're somewhat friends because he's helped them help Durand a couple times. They've helped him, so I think they're somewhat friends. They're not best friends, but they're allies, let's say.
As good of friends as you can be to people like that.
Well, I think they have a common cause that, against the Empire, basically.
True.
So that was our episode. Again, it was called Pass Unknown. So we're gonna, unless you have anything else, Rick, I'm gonna run the outro and we'll get prepared for episode 3.
Go for it.
Thank you for listening to the Rebel Alliance Briefing Room podcast. Please visit our website where you can play current and past episodes. That's https://RABR KyleJohansson.us. That's RABR.KyleJohansson.us. On the left-hand side is a navigation menu. You can use this to learn how to load the Rebel Alliance Briefing Room podcast on your Android or Apple phone and tablet. And we have direct links to our podcast on Apple and Google Podcasts. Please participate by connecting to our social media, answering questions of the week, or submitting feedback directly from the site. Again, all of these are available at the Rebel Alliance Briefing Room website at RABR.KyleJohansson.us.
Yeah.
This podcast in no way is approved, sponsored, or owned by Lucasfilms Ltd., Disney, Disney Plus, or any of its subsidiaries. All opinions are solely owned by Kyle and or Scott, and in no way express the views or opinions of their past
Some
or
of it's
present
Rick.
employers.
Some Rick.
Views and opinions are not supported or restricted by Lucasfilms Ltd., Disney, Disney Plus, or any of its subsidiaries.
We don't even
Any
know who George Lucas
rebroadcast,
is.
reproduction, or other use of this podcast and its affiliate sites without consent of Super Duper Podcast Network and its host is prohibited. I am Kyle Johansson.
That's me.
This is Andrew Scott Sutton.
Nope, that's Rick.
Say goodbye now.
That's Rick up there. That's Rick. Which, in actuality, the video will be, you'll be on one of these sides, this side or that side. I don't know which one yet.
Yeah, whatever.
I have it shrunk up so I can fit it on the screen so it doesn't show what it shows in real life. But you would think since I've had all this time off in between shows, I would have fixed these things that I play, because we don't do surveys anymore. We don't, we need to add Rick's name on there. There's a couple things I've been noticing that need to change.
Yeah,
Which,
it's all right.
I've just been lazy, I guess. Working the work and
It's called priorities, man. Priorities.
yeah. All right, so that was this episode. So let's give a goodbye, and we'll wait a few seconds, and we'll start a new episode starting now.